So, what is this thing called JSON Post Manager? We're gonna release two versions of this JSON Post Manager Basic and Universal. For the basic, let me paint you this picture. With this add-on, you can make a single post on a certain rig and save the pose. Once you've done that, you'll get an actual file that you can open outside Blender. You can then use this file to post that certain rig anywhere you want it to be. You can work on the same rig over and over again in 100 different blend files, and you will only need this one file to load the post you've created onto the rig. And for the universal, imagine the things I've mentioned above. You can do all that, but then you can load the post you've created onto a different rig. Oh yeah, I can hear it. The game is on. Okay, now you might be thinking, well, that sounds like a great sales pitch, but how do we achieve those pictures? So, let me introduce you to JSON Post Manager, which I'm gonna call JPM for short. JSON Post Manager is truly revolutionary. Not in a big way, but instead in the most basic way. You see, I've mentioned OBJ file format earlier, and the reason why OBJ file format is revolutionary is because it does the most basic things right. When we export a 3D model to OBJ, it basically records each vertex information, and that's it. That information includes four things: location in 3D space, location in UV map, normal's direction, and the index of vertices that make up a particular face. Now, JSON Post Manager works in a similar manner. It does the most basic things right, but just in a different medium. In JPM, when we export a post, we'll export it to a simple JSON file, and it basically records the bone transform property, and that's it. The bone transform property includes four things: location, rotation, the rotation order, and scale. Then those JSON files are saved externally to whatever folder we so choose. It might be a small change, but know this. Now with the poses saved externally, we can finally start building our own proper pose library. Just like what we would normally do, managing and organizing our file in our Windows or Mac file manager, we can now do so with the JSON files. We can cut, copy, and paste them so that we can rearrange and categorize them as we'd like them to be. We can categorize them in any sort of ways, be it by projects, by scenes, by rigs, and many more. This way, now we don't have to deal with the ubiquitous duplicated poses, because when we duplicate the blend file, JPM will refer to the same JSON files we referred in the previous blend file. So in essence, once we've created a pose and saved it to a JSON file, we can have as many duplicated blend files as we want, spread across many projects and many folders, and we only need to use that one JSON file to load the pose. And because JSON file only records the bone transform property with nothing else inside, and add to the fact that the saved JSON file size is 30 kilobytes or less, for the first time in Blender posting history, we can now share it freely across the internet with ease. We can have 100 poses and they will only cost us like 3 megabytes, even less in file size. Share it on the internet and it will take us like, I don't know, a second probably to upload and download. And whether we're working for personal projects or we're working professionally, we can share the poses without the fear that strangers may peek through our very secret or $1,000 project and leak some stuff out of it.